All right, this is KevinSvensonCrypto, where we defy tyranny. It is June 27th, 2023. It's been about a week or so since my last update, and I do apologize for that. Been extremely busy. I was at the beach for a few days, and the markets were really rolling, and I did do a couple of short videos just to try to keep everyone up to date and everything. I haven't done any technical analysis, really, so I wanted to take a look at the charts, see what's going on, see really kind of what the story is in the charts. It's kind of interesting because I was personally thinking we were going to dip down to 23, but that seems to be sort of out of play right now. I think it still is possible, and that could be something that we revisit later in the year. The only reason I think we probably still will is just because of fear and greed index. It's pretty maxed out. We'll take a look at that here in a second. We're at 59, we'd go up to 60. There's still room to move up on the fear and greed, but it is pretty high. That's one reason. The other reason is we still have a fair amount of a volume gap here between 20. Let's look a little closer. 24 to 25K. Now that's something I think that you can place some buy orders in there, for possibly a rainy day, but that might not be covered really till towards the end of the year. Some kind of black swan event. I really, with these big pumps, there's a lot of volume coming into the market, and a lot of it's due to BlackRock and Fidelity and all the ETF craze. The narrative right now is ETFs. Now everyone's probably going to start talking about ETF this, ETF that. Crypto banter even mentioned is like everyone's going to become an expert, on ETFs and how they work and what they do. Fidelity they announced a few years ago that they were going to have a supply of Bitcoin as part of the retirement option. So I thought that was pretty cool, but it makes sense that they would try to get an ETF, and BlackRock's ETF is pretty much for sure. I don't know if it's actually completely 100% been approved or not, but it's something to see. Take a look at the Crypto Panic site here. XRP lawsuit continues to see twists and turns. XRP, I think the XRP will be the next narrative. Right now, it's the ETF narrative. I'm kind of curious how far that'll go. But if XRP does get approved, then that would put us into the 38 to 42K range, which is my next target. Court denies Binance motion alleging SEC misconduct. So, of course, the courts are going to keep the SEC. They're going to watch SEC's back to a degree, but I think a lot of the judges are pretty over the SEC in a lot of ways, but they're not going to completely illegitimize them. Cardano sees insane growth. Sunday swap hits major milestone. That's cool. I tried using Sunday swap. It was kind of a joke, but I think Cardano has a great future ahead. Stellar meteoric rise catches crypto traders off guard. I don't really know exactly what Stellar is up to. You can take a look at that in the charts. But with this price increase, that is a fair amount of volume here that we're having. So it's possible that we kind of cool off, and we may even retest this breakout, this wedge, around 26, 27. We can see. Let's see. It's probably unlikely that we'd come down this far, but we could take a look at a quick Fibonacci retrace from the top of this. It was pretty impulsive, that move. It's very quick, very impulsive. 0.618, 28K. I think that would be a minimal. And then, sorry, I can always. I'm not doing this right. Try this again. Yeah, sometimes I do the inverse of the Fibonacci's. It could be 27 to 28K. So well, it's not going to really matter either or. This is just, it was a very positive move. There's a lot of volume behind this thing, so going to 23K anytime soon is pretty unlikely. Not out of the scenario, but it's pretty unlikely. And we do have it confirmed on the stochastic RSI as well. We had a stochastic RSI cross with a lot of volume. Last time we had a lot of volume like this, even this is more volume than before in November, but you could take a look. This is the, let's see, we're in November, October, November. Oh, sorry, going back. Yeah, this is the last time we had a cross was down here. So you could try to extrapolate to kind of see what can we expect here. Price range. So from that point on with that cross, we had a rise of 90%. Okay. 90%. Now, if you want to think that, okay, well, maybe we do that again. Let's take a look at that. We're going to use this. I don't know what I was doing there. So 90% from this cross, which is about right there. It takes us to 47K. Now, I'm not exactly on board with that kind of bullish sentiment, but 47K would make sense if we follow the fractal of 2018, this fractal pattern right here. So we had a different stochastic RSI situation here. But if we were to come up to a similar equivalent of 14K, like we did in 2018, 2019, then we probably are looking at about that much. Let's just see what that rise was from the bottom. Okay, so that was, we'll call it 300, call it a 300% rise. And we'll take this again. We'll move it, come to the bottom, 300%. And it does seem kind of like wizardry, but these things do play out and patterns tend to repeat. The 300% would take us almost to the all-time highs, and no one's really talking about that. I think that is a scenario that could play out. It's possible that we could come all the way up to this like 58 to 60K range, and everyone just gets all hyped, and then we come back down to 30K. That is absolutely something that could happen. It would be aggressive, but I think this fractal, this market cycle is a lot more similar to 2015, this one here, and I think it's going to be a little more slow and methodical. We'll probably conquer each level and consolidate, but who knows? Who knows? It's really kind of hard to say. I mean, we have the stock market rallying, and it's possible that we do something like come up here, come back down, come back here. This would take us to the halving of next year, which is that's about right. Let's see. This is very rudimentary, but let's see. Coming up to the halving, usually there's a sell-off around the halving. That'll put us at 88K. That'd be crazy. And then maybe we get a big sell-off down to 42, maybe wherever we consolidate now. And then we get ready for our blow off top. It's probably more likely at my target, I've been saying to a lot of people, is closer to 100 to 120K. I'm not trying to take any chances on this next cycle. I'm a little bit more cautious than I was last time. I took a lot of risks. I could have probably quit my job. I could have done a lot of things had I been a little smarter with my money, but you live and you learn. And, a lot of lessons were learned in 2022, and that's all you can do. But overall, I'm really pleased with this move. I was not expecting. A lot of analysts were not expecting it. I was watching Crypto Crew University. I think his name's Steve. He even released a video today saying, if we don't conquer this all-time high, then it might be another 2 months before we see another thing. We just conquered that all-time high pretty much, and we're pretty much at the same level. I mean, it's pretty much sideways, but if we get a couple more months of sideways and boring, that'd be a blessing. Again, like, you'd have plenty of time to accumulate some really cheap projects. The Bitcoin dominance is still pretty high. I think that's what I'm trying to see if I can find this thing. Also, please smash the likes, leave a comment, subscribe. Any suggestions you have on the channel, please fire away. I'd love to hear from you and see what I could be doing better, what kind of things you'd like to be hearing about. Let's see. Okay, crypto dominant. BTC dominance. I should have looked this up before. BTC dominant tether. I don't know what that is. Bear with me here for one moment. I do actually have a pretty interesting thing I wanted to show everybody. I was actually interviewed by a couple different companies down in Bitcoin Miami, and one company, NRG Vision, actually posted my interview with them, and I was going to show a little excerpt of that. Really nice folks. Let's take a look at that.
Here's my exact strategy, dudes.
Not this one. Not that one. This one. Okay. This is a little excerpt of me.
Pretty much here to scope out, see what companies have survived.
2020 today now with.
All right, so there we go. On Miami. I was looking a little rough. Hadn't had much sleep.
Now with
Davey,
what are you doing today here at the 2023 Miami Bitcoin Conference?
pretty much here to scope out, see what companies have survived the last bear market. My thinking is whoever's here now will probably thrive in the next couple of years.
And that's a big reason why I went
last year
to see what companies were still there.
And I wish I had sold a lot of my positions.
There's still a lot of hype this year.
Unfortunately,
with Ordinals and Pepe.
The CEOs can.
I'm like talking about the CEOs.
$5,000 or $10,000 to place in the.
She asked me how much. What would I put $10,000? So
where would you place that money?
10,000.
And it could be spread out.
Jen, like, is this someone you're conservative? Like, are we trying?
This would be for you. This is
I would take 2,500 Bitcoin, 2,500 Ethereum.
This is pretty solid.
By 2,500, 1,000 Cardano, 1,000 Matic, 1,000. You want to get real great H-bar.
H-bar.
Maybe some Algorand.
Algorand.
No one talks about that one. Anything that you get in some staking rewards.
This is what I've been saying in the channel for a good while.
Staking rewards. Wallets.
Okay, so give me a little bit of background about the staking rewards. Like, just give us people that are watching right now that are basic users of crypto and those don't really understand about the staking. Could you just give us a little bit about the staking?
Definitely do it on a decentralized exchange. Don't trust any centralized exchange. Even Coinbase.
Everything I'm saying here is really solid.
But I use DeFi
Please subscribe to NRG Vision.
It's
like
stock.
111.
Dividends. These coins will give you
really nice, folks.
Usually 5 to 10%. A lot of them. Look at it like that. Kind of like a savings account, but it's more volatile, obviously. Yeah, just be careful of the centralized exchanges. I think most of the bad ones went down. That's probably over with. But
okay, so you use DeFi for your and also with the staking, it's volatile based on that particular coin that you choose.
Just because it's such a new industry, it's going to be really volatile, and some coins will still go to zero eventually. But I mean, ones I use Exodus, Atomic Wallet, Crystal, Kyber Crystal Network. That one I think is going to be they're doing a lot of work. They were kind of like really inching along last bull market, and they didn't really get to where they needed to be. I think this bull market might be where they really make some headway, because they're mainly an ERC20.
This Atomic
ERC20 Ethereum.
Kyber Crystal is pretty good. They're still kind of a little lackluster in my opinion. Happens.
Some of our viewers are actually very, very savvy.
Okay.
So speak to what you know.
Yeah. Oh, I think Kyber Crystal might be a wallet that will do really well. I think for a while it was sluggish because Ethereum itself was sluggish. So as Ethereum has gone proof of stake and they're doing all these upgrades, and with the staking now, I think you can just stake unstake without having to wait for 2 years or whatever. So it's still we're so early. Just diversify into DeFi wallets and projects. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you?
Be careful. God, be careful.
So what do you think about crypto.com? Crypto.com,
Yeah.
and it's actually partnership with a ton of places.
No, I have an account with
Crypto.com is pretty solid.
Use Coinbase more.
Sorry to.
Crypto.com.
I just think there's pretty much the same things I've been really preaching this entire time, and I think that's they're a good channel. They're pretty new, it seems like, but they're going into crypto pretty hard, and I think they're good people. And they actually interviewed BitBoy recently as well, so yeah, could be worth checking out. My one big red flag I've been checking out. We're really overheated on the open interest. The people that are shorting and longing with margin. And the last time we were kind of getting these overheated regions, we had a pretty big dive. So we might stay up into this overheated region for the next month or so, but I think eventually it's gonna correct. So I think my prediction right now, as it stands, I think we're going into July. July's going to be hot. I think July's going to be hype. ETF, maybe XRP comes through. XRP, I think, is going to probably be more of a fall, maybe a next year thing, but we'll see. It's going to be the next narrative, but I think we're probably going to have a hot July, and then end of July, it's going to drop. Maybe we go to 38 to 42, right back to 30, 28 to 30. So be prepared for some kind of move like that. Again, this is kind of supported by the volume nodes here. I've been talking about it. We've conquered above some of this previous resistance. The next resistance node is around 37, 38. So, I mean, for me, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, 38, and then we don't have another resistance till 46, 48. So it's possible we get up into that area as well. But, I think we're going to fall right back down into this zone and maybe even wick into the 23 to 25K before the end of the year. So just be ready for that kind of a thing. So it's a little bit of my alpha for everybody. And again, appreciate you giving me a minute to show you everything. Look at the crypto bubbles. I actually just downloaded Banter Bubbles. It's a free app as well on Play Stores, and it's a way to kind of keep track and kind of be part of the crypto community with Banter. I'm really, really trying to follow up with that channel the best I can. Those guys really do great analysis. BitBoy's good for entertainment purposes, and so I think the Banter community does a pretty good job kind of keeping things really open-ended. So good channel to check in with. Crypto Zombie is another good channel to check in with. Crypto Windy, Invest Answers, etc. So we got Fetch AI, ZRX. That's interesting that they're doing well. That's interesting. I haven't really heard much about ZRX in a while. Take a look and see. XLM, yeah, XLM did pump. So I wonder if XLM knows something that XRP doesn't. So, yeah, XLM is basically, the number 2 to XRP, and then there's XDC as well. And those are ISO. They're big banking tokens, like for settlement layer, intermittent, remittance payments, cross-border payments. I think that those chains are going to be used for sure. XLM. That's interesting that XLM is pumping that hard. I wonder if look at these coins, and if they're in the same category, are they preluding to something or eluding to something that's about to happen? BitToken, that's not very good. I think that's the Bybit token. Bybit, you no longer can use that really if you're not within an approved country, so can't suggest them. I use some Femex actually. for the most part, and then just Coinbase is really the safest exchanges to use. So Atom, steady as she goes. I think Atom is a very safe project. Again, that's back to the staking rewards. It's not to be confused with Atomic Wallet, though. Atom Cosmos is its own ecosystem. I actually realized that Atom, the Crypto.com CRO Chronos token, is on the Atom Cosmos blockchain. So I didn't even realize that it's in the same network. So I think Crypto.com, if it can survive the next 3 to 6 months, I think it's full steam ahead, and it'll probably be a very heavy competitor to Coinbase. Which actually, in my interview, I did talk about that.
Hello, everyone. It's Ray.
Apologies. Get back in here.
Come and survive. It seems like if they can get through the next year, I think they're going to.
Back when I was talking about CRO token right here.
I was getting a little bit scared there for a little while because there was some FUD building up for them. And my account actually got kind of, didn't get frozen, but my transactions weren't going through.
Let's talk a little bit of crap about
fixed it,
CRO, but they're great. They're great.
Them just like Coinbase. I think they're a good one. I think.
Yep.
As anybody who works for Crypto.com, I'd love to help represent.
Guess what? His money doesn't fold. It's digital.
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Anyway, that's my little interview. Wish I just got a little more sleep, but okay. What can you do? Let's see what else we got. Bitcoin Cash climbs 100% in a week. Yeah, I had a friend actually today, talking to him about coins. He's like, I just bought a bunch of Bitcoin Cash. I'm like, if you're going to buy, you should have bought it before the thing. And even then, why are you going to buy that and not have Bitcoin or Ethereum? Like, you're not going to outperform those two. I mean, Bitcoin Cash from hype is just, I don't like it. It's stupid. It doesn't fit the whole ethos of Bitcoin. And it just doesn't, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But maybe it is used by Bitcoin.com, I think. It's like some kind of payment layer. I don't know. I don't like it. It's kind of ridiculous. So also, I was talking to people about which coins to recommend. Looking for the 10x and the 20x's. So there is a difference between you see right now. I'm noticing there's a trend. There's trends that the coin is down 90-95%. You can get a 20x to the all-time high. It's maybe a little riskier, but your rewards are double what a lot of these other ones that are less risky, where you get a 10x all-time high. And just because you hit an all-time high does not mean it's the end. You still get another 5 and 10x after the all-time high, giving you a full 15, 20, 25x. And I'm not really right now looking for those small coins where you put 500 and make, $50,000. I'm not right now. That's not the name of the game. That probably will be the name of the game towards the end of the year and next year. Once all the, big coins have started moving, people are going to be looking for the small coins, as they generally do. Bitcoin moves first, Ethereum, and then the bigger layer ones, layers twos, and then it trickles into the meme coins and the other stuff generally. That's what it's done the last couple of cycles. Will it happen again in this cycle? We don't know. There's not many data points in crypto. It's very new. We've only had 4 cycles, really, to take a look at this stuff. I mean, you've had some people call this one cycle, 2, 1 cycle, 2, 3, and now we're just on our 4th cycle, about to start a 5th. So we just don't have that many data points where the stock market's been around 130, 150 years or something. Actually, I think even more than that. I mean, stocks and derivatives have been traded since even Switzerland and the tulip bulb bubble, which I think is kind of funny. I remember I was working on a pipeline, and one of the guys, really nice dude, got me into investing in stock stuff. And towards the end, I started getting into the crypto, and he was just like, "This is a tulip bubble. This is a tulip bubble," and that would have been in 2017. And I could understand someone saying it's a tulip bubble here. I mean, I luckily didn't have a whole lot of skin in the game, but I knew something was going on with blockchain and crypto. But you can't say this is just a tulip bubble. This is much more much more than that. I don't know where this was, something like that maybe. But yeah, the Tula bubble that lasted about maybe a year or two. I think it was actually just months. But this is a 15. How many years has this been around? 12, 13, 14 years. I mean, it's not a Tula bubble. It's a new technology. It's like the internet, and it's just taking the world by storm, and that's where we're at. But back to my point. Okay, the 10x versus the 20x. Okay, we got Zilliqa. This is a decent example here. Now, to get to all-time high, this is probably one of the most risky ones of them all. Zilliqa is kind of like its own ecosystem. It's kind of a metaverse gaming token kind of play. I want to do a little more research to see kind of where they're at these days. But yeah, let's to get back to the all-time highs. You're looking at so $2.20. I mean, it's like a 15x to get to all-time highs. Yeah, or really, actually, yeah. It's like a 15x to get to all-time highs. So, and you basically divide, 15x to all-time highs. So that's a pretty. I mean, I think Zilliqa is a pretty strong one, but it is a higher risk. And I think there's this decent chance that thing may not ever go back. Tezos should be actually coming back. The European Union, I've heard, is going to be embracing their technology. But this is just a 10x. I think this is a little safer. But to get to all-time high, that's 10 to 12x. It's you're not going to get the money. So you put $1,000 and it becomes 10,000 to get to all-time high, and it doesn't conquer that. Maybe you get $20,000 off $1,000 investment. Yeah, it's not going to get you rich, right? You want to find the tokens that are going to really start ripping. Now to the all-time high with XRP, also it's about 10x. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not bad. I think XRP might go to $10, so that'd be like a 20x from here. But that's speculative. It's better to play it safe and just look at these like, okay, which coins am I going to get? I'm going to sell them, or at least sell half of my money once they hit the all-time high. That way, you know that you're making some kind of profit on these things. So you take that stance, and let's see. I'm trying to find a good coin that's. Oh, we got VE Chain that's at almost 2 cents, and its high was 30 cents. It's like a 12x. Let's find a different one. I think Theta, actually. Yeah, Theta, okay. Theta basically is a 20x to its all-time highs. Now, it's somewhat possible that Theta doesn't go to its all-time high, which I think is extremely unlikely. It does have a little bit of competition. There's DEFI and I think one other token that kind of says that they do like video streaming, blockchain stuff. It's a small niche, and Theta has a little bit of a first mover advantage. So I think it hitting its all-time high is very likely. This is one that I haven't really practiced about Preach. I do have Theta, I hold it, but I want to start stacking more, but I haven't done that yet. So this is good for me as we move on here. But yeah, so to get to all-time high, basically it's a 20x. And if you wanted to play it safe, you need to sell 50% when it goes to this volume area. Whenever you see there's a lot of price action that's been floated right here, like that's going to be a resistance line. So it's possible that it gets up to $2 or $3 and then stalls out. And if it stalls out later on in the game in 2025 and hasn't hit all-time high, might be too late for it. The time horizons are huge in crypto, especially with the Bitcoin halving, and now we have other coins that have, and it also depends on the S&P and the NASDAQ and those cycles. So if you haven't seen your coin really start moving by the end of 2024 in 2025, you might want to take whatever kind of profits you have and start like edging out of them. XRP is actually one example. Like I was hoping that it would continue going in March, April. Actually, no. I was hoping it would keep on going in 2021, but it never did. But it did get a final push up. I got a little bit stoked about it right before the big crypto crash, but it never. I mean, you got into 2021, which would be similar to 2025, and it just didn't perform. And if you're not seeing that performance, you're just better off getting out, really. Link is a 10x to its all-time high. I think this is one of the safest, best plays you can make. It's not going to get you your 20x, but I think it'll probably go to $100. So let's see what that actually is. $100, $100 Ethereum is an 18x. So almost a 20x. And I think that's almost for sure just because of its utility. But if you want to play it safe, I think it's definitely going to go for its all-time high at $50. So it's an easy 10x. I think Link is great, and it has some bullish news coming up. Its roots are in DeFi, decentralized finance. So I think there's some decent moves to be had there. Pretty much Cardano's a 10x to all-time high. I think that's almost for sure. I think Link, Cardano, Tezos, very solid. Tezos, though, I think lacks kind of the ability to hold on to those gains until it gets some real traction. Ontology, I noticed, did make a pretty decent move. It's pretty high risk. I mean, no doubt, this is pretty high risk. Let's see what happened here. Personal spending month. I don't know what this data is talking about. Okay. Solana. Now, this bad boy is like a 20x to its all-time highs. And I think this is kind of maybe it's possible as your last cycle's Ethereum. And I think it could go to its all-time high. Even if it doesn't, $100, it's like about 10x. But I think Solana has some serious promise. Now, one of the ones that it's a safe play, but it's not going to get you like a whole lot. So we have Cosmos, which is to all-time high around it's called $50. It's a 5x. So it's $10 now, $50, 5x. I think there's probably a lot of room for it to keep going to 100 for sure. I would say 100. That's a 10x. Now you're getting the staking rewards with Cosmos, and that's what's really nice about that. I think with the staking rewards, Cosmos is really great. But maybe we go to $200 or $300. It's possible, but safe, but maybe a little bit conservative if you want to try to get some moonshots. Now CRO token at 5 cents, its high was $1 basically, so a 20x to its all-time high. And I think it's Twitter.com again, if it can survive this, $1, $2, $5 even. I mean, it could really go insane. It could pull like basically a Cardano. So look at ADA last cycle. ADA last cycle was like this. And that's we're like right here with CRO token, or maybe right here. Now, that 5 cents could become $3. I mean, you're looking at some serious gains right there, very serious. That's how you make that's how you turn $1,000 into $50,000 to $60,000. That is no joke. It's no joke. Synthetics top 31.20, so about 10x there. Algorand. Now Algorand, I'm really starting to worry about it. But if it can break out of this falling wedge, awesome, great. Let's see what the to get to its all-time high from this area. It's almost a 30x. $30 like that's insane. Like I'm not lying. I said I was going to stop buying and accumulating up here, but like because it went down here, I started buying again. That's just it. Kind of makes me kind of excited a little bit. So 30x to its all-time high, and an all-time high if it does like a Cardano and it goes to like $10 or something. Like you're talking major gains. Major gains. So just these are a few coins to take a look at. I just wanted to bring that up because a lot of people are like, I want to get Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash. Okay, well, I'll take a look at Bitcoin Cash real quick if I have it on here. I think I took it off. Let's see if I can find it. BTC. Is it BCH? Is it Bitcoin Cash? Is it BCH? No. Nice. Yeah, Bitcoin Cash BCH. Okay. Looking on Binance, Tether versus Tether. If I can. Cons, this goes out for you, man. This is out to you. Oh my god. Did it not go to symbol? I don't know why it didn't. Okay. Alright. It did have a nice pump. I hope you didn't buy it on this pump. This is going out to my friend here. If you bought it down here, hey, you did great. You got a double on your money. But, okay, its high was 1,600. Again, that was beginning of 2021. Price range. Now, if you bought it down this bottom here, 15x to its all-time high. Now, I just don't believe in the fundamentals of this thing. I could do some more deep diving. Suggest to anyone who's looking into Bitcoin Cash, do some research. But I don't expect it to be going to all-time highs again. I would say 600 bucks, so you get a 5x out of it from its bottom. Now, if you bought it now, you're only getting a 2x to get a $500 or $600. That's not worth it. You're better off getting Bitcoin. So I don't like it. I don't like it. Actually, here's a better chart. So it's already on a macro downtrend. This shows you a lot more. This is the reason why I don't talk about coins like this. This is a good example. Now, I'm not saying it can't go to all-time highs. It's very unlikely to do so. Usually these trend lines play out, and it's already developing them, and it's already got resistance at 327, and it probably will reclaim that. Now, let's do a quick... Okay, so this is our first impulse. Go to here. Something like that is what may happen with Bitcoin Cash, and then it crashes down again. And then maybe in a few years it breaks out, but for 10 years. That's too long of a time horizon for a trash coin like this. Not trying to be mean. This is probably something more likely what will happen. Trying to get my pattern to look a little bit better. Something like that. It's very likely to happen. Okay, so in that case, $400 or $500 double it. You're going to get 2x on Bitcoin Cash. I just don't see it doing more than that. I could be wrong. But you look at stuff like Gala, new emerging technologies, a whole ecosystem of gaming and metagaming and blockchain gaming. It's got a good situation going for itself. Bear with me. Let me try to get it's lingering on it just bounced off its previous layer of resistance, bullish. Okay, well, let's see to get to the all-time high. Let's take it from here. All-time high is a 30x. I mean, I'd say Gala and Algorand are just looking juicy. Juicy. yeah, it's just it could outperform that. If it goes, you're talking $1,000 can turn into, let's say it just goes to five. I mean, you're looking at another like $200,000 into $50,000 to $100,000 straight up. So I just think there's other plays out here that are much better than Bitcoin Cash. Sorry, not sorry. Just, you have to move before the news moves. Once the news has already talked about it, you might get a little bit more of a pump. You might get a 2x, but you're looking for the 5x's, the 10x's, the 20x's if you want some real money. But if you don't want to do this completely for your end result of getting out of your job, you like your job, and this is more of a side gig, have some extra money. That's a fine strategy too. I wanted to look at ontology to get to the all-time high. This is one I've been watching. It's had a little bit of pumps, and there's a lot of volume coming in on this. No one talks about it. It's kind of, you can get 18% staking rewards on Atomic with it, and that's a reason why, big reason why. But I think they have some decent. To get to the previous all-time high, 15x. To get to its all-time high, it's a 40x. I think there's a lot of potential with it. It is kind of high risk. I don't know a whole lot with it. Also with Near Protocol, real quick, looking at a 15, 16, 17x. I think that one's pretty solid too. So that's it for me. That's enough. It's enough. It's enough. I gotta go get some food, but thanks for checking in. Hopefully this wasn't too long and drawn out for everybody. Appreciate you stopping by again. Tell your friends, hit like, subscribe, and we'll catch you hopefully tomorrow. Peace.